With all the information that is put out there, it is hard to tell what is real and what you should believe in. In this video, we're going to talk about spiritual discernment and discernment in general life. Welcome back to another video. Welcome everyone. My name is Joe Sky. Let's talk about the definition of discernment, or at least my definition. It means the ability to perceive what's true and not. In this society, in this time, there's so much information being put out there. It's hard to tell what's real, it's hard to tell what's not real. And the thing is, discernment is incredibly important. Throughout this video, you're going to realize how important discernment is. Now, in the spiritual community, so many people are putting information that's biased and ego based. A lot of the information that is put out there might seem true, but a lot of it is just to get views, sadly. And most of it makes no sense. Because at the end of the day, um, even if it's religion stuff, like God's number one, right? You don't need a middleman. And again, in some situations, different case, obviously, but still, you need God. And at the end of the day, connect with source. A lot of these people that are putting information out there, again, very ego based, and there's so much people saying so many things. Because of that, it's hard to tell what's real and fake. Because there's so much information, so many people saying this thing happening this day, this thing. Uh, you got this thing, you got like portals. People talk about portals in the spiritual community. People talk about time, divine timing. People talk about so many different things. You don't even know what it is. Everybody has their own version of what they call it, all right? Version of what they call something happening. A lot of people don't even know what ascension is. And for those reasons, so much information, what do you believe? Like, who do you believe? And the best thing to do is to believe in yourself. The best thing to do is to connect with source, because so many people are just putting stuff out there. So here's another thing I've noticed, big in the spiritual community and in general life. People believing certain things, it can completely ruin your life. Like, there's a lot of people that say you need to drink a gallon of water every day. If you really think about it, I mean, I don't think people that are inactive, or people that don't eat much are going to be able to drink a gallon of water a day, right? Like, it's not for everyone. Because some people, again, like some of our foods have water, and if you really think about it, you can also have an electrolyte balance because drinking too much water. So honestly, again, just something ridiculous. I know someone in the food community who's, I'm not going to get into too much, was saying that 30 grams of fiber is the minimum. You got to have like 100 grams a day. Yeah, that's just overkill. Everybody's different, and I don't think, you know, whatever they're putting out there makes literally no sense, and there's no science behind it whatsoever. Everybody has a different body. A lot of information that gets put out there is completely ego based, and it gets crazier. But the thing is, discernment requires awareness. So you don't fall in the same trap as many people. Because many people do things unconsciously, so they aren't trying to ruin your life. So again, discernment requires awareness. And you need this so you don't fall in the same trap. But people do, and you're probably thinking like these guys are bad. Like these guys what are they doing on the internet? They're probably just doing it unconsciously. They're just speaking their truth. So I know you're probably getting mad at them, or you probably are mad at some of these people who tell you you can't eat a certain way, or you can't eat these certain things, or you gotta be vegan. It's the only way. There's so many things out there that make no sense. And a lot of these people have put things. So you need to be aware of these things, right? You need to be aware of who you are. Because there's so many people who say red meat is bad. Then there's people who say meat is bad. And they say we don't eat these various things because of this thing. Everybody's different. When you listen to yourself, you know what's right. However, you do need awareness. And at the same time, when you are aware, don't bash the crap out of these people. Don't get mad. right? I mean, again, we don't want to put negativity out there. We don't want people to, we don't want to start a war or anything. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have like some sort of internet war, or where people are basically just getting mad. A lot of these people are doing it unconsciously. They think that this is right. This is what work. This is what works for them, so they just put it out there. So again, a lot of these people are actually doing this unconsciously. Just a big thing, right? Just a big thing I'm gonna put out there. And the reason why discernment is so powerful, people just don't understand how powerful it is, right? Because having the knowledge and awareness to know what's right and wrong. Again, even though it's simple to realize that you don't need a gallon of water a day, there's a lot of people who might think that's the case, right? Or might think there's something wrong with them for not drinking that much water, right? And on the internet, it's always like drink more water, drink more water. Like, I don't know if you guys see this, right? Even in school, they teach this, right? Like, drink more and more water, have at least this much water every day. Again, I don't know if that's entirely true, but at the end of the day, a lot of it isn't truly science based. A lot of it is old science or old stuff, and none of it actually has enough research on it at all. Becoming self aware is key because with it, you can discern everything and learn even more about yourself. This is incredibly powerful because when you become more self aware, you understand what works for you, what works best for you. So when people start telling you, oh, you need to start doing this, you need to start taking sleep pills, right? That was pushed on me in college. I didn't take them. People always push these various things on you. When they do that, right, you have to tell yourself no. There's people who say, yeah, it's good to smoke weed. If you're stressed, you should smoke it. Like, it's medical. Like, yeah, you're getting into something that can be very addicting. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people push crap on people. It's ridiculous. I mean, people push sleep pills like crazy these days. It's actually normal. Like, people really come up to me, you're sleepy. Like, I can bring you some sleep pills from home. I'm like, are you serious? Like, how do I know those are for me in the first place, right? Again, it's these various things. And even though they're simple, like, I don't take it from anyone else, there's a lot of things that are talked about on the internet, whether it's false media or whether it's literally, um, like, people were showing Donald Trump doing various things. It wasn't real. It was AI generated. And some people will think that's real because the pictures are starting to become more realistic. There was a thing with Justin Bieber eating something, and the whole media went talked about it and said how, I don't know what they said about him. They said some crazy stuff. Wasn't even real. Wasn't even him. Again, a lot of BS out there, and at the end of the day, in the spiritual community, there are so many things that is being pushed out there that people will believe. People all believe this. People believe that. They believe all these things on the internet. At the end of the day, most of these things on the internet make zero sense sometimes. A lot of it, again, is ego based. And some of the stuff that gets put out there, it's like, it's just reviews. A lot of it isn't even real. People aren't going to, not everybody's going to teach you how to truly manifest. A lot of these people that talk about manifestation on YouTube are teaching you wrong. They are not teaching you much. They are just explaining simple things that you can Google. And at the end of the day, with more knowledge and wisdom comes more abundance and greatness and more fruits and more blessings in life, right? Because knowledge is wisdom. Right now, we're in a knowledge time. If you're smart, I mean, it's always been like this, right? The smart are on top, right? The ones who technically control, the ones who are on top, they're the ones who's rich, right? Again, it's just various things like that. You got to be able to discern a lot of things, and there's so many things to discern, and it becomes such a problem because nobody knows what's real. Nobody knows who to believe. At the end of the day, discern what's real, discern what to believe in. So many people believe in things that they make no sense. Like, a lot of people think like, oh, this person's the best, this person is, he's like, oh my god, he's the best. No, he's just another person. Believe in God, be connected to source. Because at the end of the day, that's all you need. A lot of these people are telling you so many freaking things about ascension. This is another one. Another problem in the spiritual community. Man, my lips are dry. Um, So many people in the spiritual community talking about ascension, talk about all these things. It's not. Some of it is just a shattering of the ego. Some of it isn't even true ascension. They don't even know what true ascension is. So a lot of people are leading you wrong. I want you to be aware of this, not scared, not angry at these people, aware. And when you become aware, I want you to focus on yourself and build a stronger connection to God. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye bye.